Hello, and welcome back. As you may already know, I'm a Unite Health ambassador. In my last video, I gave you an overview of the course before it had begun. Now that the course is done, I'm back to continue the series and share the rest of my Pilates journey with you. I decided to dedicate this video solely to mat Pilates, which was the first 3 months of the course. I did the hybrid setting and the mat Pilates was entirely at home over Zoom. We started the day off, and I loved starting the day off with a mat Pilates class. The moves that we were taught in that class, we would learn later that day, and we would practice those moves on one another. We'd have a small coffee break and then jump into anatomy. And anatomy can be very overwhelming, but I think it was taught in a very organized and interactive manner. We had this application that went into a lot of detail. We learned about a body part a day and have discussions around that, which made it easier to remember and memorize. Using this, you could get into as much detail as you wanted. The Unite Health books have similar diagrams, but a bit simpler, and it broke down only the necessities of what we needed for the course and for general Pilates knowledge. We jumped back and forth between the two, and I'm a very visual person, so the combination of both worked perfectly for myself. So all in all, the instructors made the process very interactive and more so of a discussion, and we highlighted the major body parts, did little quizzes, asked each other questions. We were even directed to find the muscles and bones on our bodies to help us remember them a bit better. I must say that breaks were scheduled perfectly. I loved having 45 minutes to an hour to just cook up something at home, spend some time away from my screen, revive and get ready for the repertoire, which was the best part of the course. We began the first weekend with some history. We spoke about Joe Pilates, everything that he stands for, where Pilates originated from and where it's led us to today. We also learned how to teach a beginner the absolute basics of Pilates and getting prepped for a Pilates class. So we focused on breath, we focused on centering, on head, neck, shoulder placement. I struggled to begin with, and this clip clearly shows the difficulty that I had trying to remember everything while teaching someone in a breakout room. You want to slide your hands. Oh, sorry. Just a second. At first, there were so many things to remember. I was always wondering if I was over-explaining, if I was clear, if I was concise, remembering the watch points. Were their ribs flaring? Was their head posture okay? Interlace your fingers, reach your armpit across to your opposite knee. Let your eye gaze follow. And it's literally just day 2. Exactly. The instructor for the day would state the move. We would have an open discussion about the benefits of the move. The instructor would then demonstrate the move, would write down notes. Then the instructor would give us the step-by-step cue of how to teach the move. We'd go into breakout rooms and then teach each other. We'll keep our ankles and our feet up. Open your knees, then lower your knees. This happened with every single move. So time over time, we became more confident and we fell into a routine of how to teach someone a simple move. Once we got used to that, we started adding props, learning intermediate and then advanced movements, and moving on with the course like that. And as the weeks went on, it only got easier and easier. We were encouraged to self-practice. We were encouraged to teach our friends, our family, and most importantly, to go out into the community and try different Pilates classes, see how different instructors teach and cue. Every studio is different. We were encouraged to take a notebook with us and write down some sequences or visual cues of what we think we could use in our classes. Everyone learns differently, so we also learned visual cues to help our client imagine what the move looks like. In order to maintain a neutral back position, we would cue a small blueberry under the lower back. That way they keep their neutral spine and they get the most benefit out of the move. We would cue things like imagine your fingertips are a paintbrush, reach your fingertips towards the ceiling and paint a rainbow, hugging your tummy in like you're wearing a corset. We didn't have the same instructor every weekend, which I loved. That way we learned different tips and tricks from every very knowledgeable instructor. Each one of them came from a different walk of life. And to end this video, if you have any questions, please reach out and I'll see you soon.